I uploaded a video. I think it was the second video I uploaded, and it was like a famous Dex type beat. I think so far I've made like $15 off of that beat, and it just like didn't get anywhere. But I have like a Daniel Caesar type beat that's doing like over 600,000 views, and like over $10,000.
Peace, what's going down? It's DJ Payne1 for BeatStars.com. Meeting this man for the first time, and I want to thank him for joining us and sharing his wisdom and his experiences. JGrooves, what's going down?
What's up, man? Pleased to be here. Yo, thanks for the opportunity.
So first things first, how long have you been making beats?
Shit, I've been making beats since I was 17, so I'm 23 now, so 6 years. I started in high school.
When did you first join BeatStars?
Man, so super recent. So I joined, I believe, like in April, which is like 9 months ago. So like I'm super fresh to BeatStars.
How did joining BeatStars change your production business?
It made all the difference. I would say the last 3 years I've been trying to sell beats online, but I was using Wix. I don't know if you know Wix, that website, Sam. Like, no hate on Wix, but like for selling beats, man, just like not where it is. Not where it should be, at least. I didn't make one sale when I was using Wix. And then when I found out about BeatStars, and I found out about the features of BeatStars, like the automated instant delivery thing, and like the dope what is it, the lease contracts and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Man, I was like, what? So as soon as I joined that, man, it took about a month to get my first sale. And then from there, just like, whoo, just like I saw great results.
On the outside, it looks like things are going well. Here's something curious. The oldest beat on your YouTube channel is, as of today, about 7 months old. Have you only been uploading beats to your YouTube channel for 7 months? Actually,
I might have mistaken my numbers then, but I uploaded, I would say, a week after actually, no, what happened is, I got BeatStars, I signed up, and then I got really sick. Like, I got like an inner ear infection, and I like lost my balance and stuff. So as soon as that was good, then I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit the paint. I really came hard, and then I just started uploading. So yeah, it took a while to, like, because of all that stuff, upload my beats. But yeah, I started uploading about 7 months ago.
That's interesting because, and I want to talk more about this later, so many producers claim that the YouTube beat upload landscape is so saturated that you shouldn't even try, and within 7 months you've done pretty well.
Dude, that's what I heard too. And that actually kind of made me scared before I started. But you know, I was watching a crap ton of like the BeatStars like tutorials and tips and tricks and stuff, and from that and also personal experience, I kind of found a thing that I think works really well, and that is targeting an audience that isn't that saturated, right? So I went into the kind of like the R&B stuff, and I noticed that there's a lot less producers doing that R&B stuff than, let's say, like Drake type beats and stuff like that. Like I uploaded a video. I think it was the second video I uploaded, and it was like a famous Dex type beat. And I think so far I've made like $15 off of that beat, and it just like didn't get anywhere. But I have like a Daniel Caesar type beat that's doing like over 600,000 views, and like over $10,000.
Yeah, I want to talk about that one. That's Cafe in Paris, right?
Yeah.
And it's at over 500,000 views. It's ranking number 2 on the Daniel Caesar type beat keyword. Did you just get lucky with that keyword, or did you really research keyword competition and tag that video accordingly?
You know what? I did a little bit of keyword research, but I kind of cheated a little bit. I kind of went to the other people that were doing that type of stuff, and I kind of like looked at what keywords they were using, and I kind of like used that formula in my stuff. So I guess it worked.
What tools do you use for YouTube keyword?
I don't use any tools.
How did you find out what other people were using then?
I don't know if we're talking about the same type of keywording. I'm talking about like putting in the comments like the keywords and like tags and stuff, right?
Okay, so explain that strategy, keywords in the comments.
So I have found that keywords in the comments help a lot. Like, because when you search up a video, the keywords in the comments do result a little bit, and then tags obviously result. So what I do is I don't know if you see it that often, but like when people post type beats, they'll have like the regular stuff, like where you go and find their stuff, and then below that they'll have like a bunch of like words.
You're talking about as a pinned comment or the description or both?
Yeah, the description. The description.
Because some people will do it in the comments. Some producers will pin a comment because that's one of the best practices as recommended by some keyword research companies. And in the pinned comment, in addition to, as you said, a link to the beat, they'll also repost the keywords. And I don't know, because the YouTube algorithm is a big mystery to a lot of us. But
yeah,
sometimes people do that, and apparently it works.
Yeah, and that's something I still like really want to get into, and it's something that I haven't got into a lot because I've been like really focusing on the music. But I was talking to Mike a little bit, and he was like giving me some tips about all that stuff. So yeah, I guess I just yeah.
So when I searched Daniel Caesar type beat on YouTube, a bunch of your videos come up, and you know, they're top results. So did the success of your very first Daniel Caesar type beat lead you to continue making similar sounding beats and uploading them and using that same keyword consistently?
Yeah, I would definitely say that. I think my sound and what I like to make kind of correlates with like Daniel Caesar and what he's doing. The reason I like Daniel Caesar is because he's big enough as an artist that people want to sound like him and want to be like him, but he's not so big that people are always doing type beats like about him, you know? And the fact that I do R&B and I play guitar and stuff, I just think that I would send those beats to Daniel Caesar, so that's kind of why I do that.
So back to your YouTube strategy, it's interesting to me, you've been uploading, I think, about one beat per week. How did you decide on that frequency?
So like that was a hard one because I didn't want to like burn myself out, so I didn't want to upload a shit ton of beats and keep going and then not be able to do that the next week, right? So I thought that the best plan would be to start low, which is one beat a week, and then eventually like work my way up. Like I want to be uploading at least 3 beats a week in the future. And once I get into more of a groove of doing that and like streamline my process, I definitely want to get into like more beats a week.
Have you ever used targeted advertising for your production?
You know what? I use like a couple Instagram ads and stuff and Facebook ads, but I have never, other than that, I haven't done any marketing. I think the sound like is the best marketing that you can use.
Explain that.
So basically, like, it's hard to market a pile of crap, right? You can market it as well as you want. You can have great branding around it, but if it's not good, it's not good, right? So then they'll be disappointed. But if you can under market or just like regularly market your stuff, and then they find out about it, they're gonna be like, ooh, because you never want to hype stuff up more than it is. Then it's just gonna lead to disappointment.
So to switch gears, I heard a little bit about a studio internship that changed your approach to music production. Tell me about that.
Oh, for sure. So yeah, I went to audio engineering school, and then afterwards I got an internship. So during the day I'd do stuff that like interns do, you know, like get coffee, paint walls, do the flooring and stuff like that. And then at night I would, cause I had keys to the building, so I would just go into the studio and make beats, and do that type of stuff. So at the studio that I internshipped at, they had this big live room with like a bunch of like instruments. So like a grand piano, really great piano, and like a Hammond organ, with like a Leslie and just like a shit ton of like guitar amps and stuff. So I kind of just like went in there and I was like, like, why don't I just use these instruments to craft and make my own samples and like use them in my beats? And I found that that played a huge part in creating my own sound. And like really, it started like a very big interest in me with creating samples and designing textures and colors and stuff like that.
How would you describe a musical color?
Ooh, so musical colors are very like, for me at least, like I'm not, what is it, synthetic, whatever that word is. Where they,
synesthesia.
Yeah. I wish I had that, honestly, but so for me, it's very much associated with the timbre and the frequency of the instrument. So like if you hear a Fender Rhodes keyboard, you think like very like lush, like bright colors, at least for me. And then that contrasts with like if you were to have like a like a piano, like in the mid range.
See, I'm thinking in terms of temperature. Piano is a little colder than Fender Rhodes. Rhodes is like a warm cloud.
Yeah, exactly. So like that type of stuff, man. Like everything has a timbre, and I'm really into like the rich sounds. Like I started with Nexus, like many of us do, and then like no hate on Nexus, but like I found that the sounds were very like 2D, and they didn't seem as lush and as 3D, if I can use that, as I would want them.
You're using a lot of live instrumentation. Is that something that you were trained in formally, like guitar, for example? Kind
of. So as a kid, my mom put me into like classical lessons and stuff, but it didn't like train me to like learn chords and like create music, because you're just like reading the sheet music and stuff. So it took, I kind of dropped that and I kind of wasn't interested in it. And then I kind of picked it up again and I really started learning. And I have a guitar teacher now, and I spend like 2 to 3 hours a day practicing now.
And that's something unique too, would you say, about your production? A lot of producers aren't playing live guitar.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm very into like the musicians world and stuff. Like, I don't know if you're into like Robert Glasper and stuff. Like those cats, like they're producers and stuff, but they play and they have like so much knowledge and they just like really groovy cats. And I'm really influenced by that type of stuff, like the neo soul and stuff, like the Soulquarian, like Voodoo album and stuff like that.
In addition to producers complaining that the production landscape is saturated, there's also this perception out there, which I think is ironic, that blending in, making Drake type beats, making, Lil Baby type beats is the only way to get noticed, because those are the keywords that so many people are searching.
Right.
You're doing the opposite of that.
I don't actually, like, I do sometimes, but I don't listen to a lot of top 40 stuff. My world is kind of like in a different world. So like I would say if you're listening to like only listening to like Drake and stuff, you're going to want to make Drake type beats. It's just like how it is, because you hear it and then that's what's going to come out. So I've like totally opened my sound palette to listen to everything from like jazz, funk, like from every genre.
I mean, from a marketing standpoint, I don't know how much you're paying attention to other producers out there, that are finding success in the online landscape. I mean, are you noticing that other successful producers are following a similar model of finding a niche and really focusing on a style that's not necessarily the most saturated or sought after by the average, I guess, production customer? Yeah,
that's a hard one. I do search type beats and stuff. Like I definitely listen to Cash Money AP a lot. I kind of study and see what they're doing. I don't know, man. That's a hard one. I try not to focus on that so much. I try to like really like maintain my own like lane and way of thinking and marketing.
Would you consider your approach then to your sound, to your branding, to your marketing as niche based?
Yes. Before I even started my channel, I was thinking of a certain target base of who I want to target, and I believe that I've targeted that, and that's like the singers, like the R&B singers. That's definitely who I wanted to target.
And that's based on the kind of music that you enjoy making? Yes,
that's based on the kind of music I enjoy making and listening to. It's just like I really like music with soul. I just like music with soul.
Because I think it's interesting. You're pretty musical, and you have some formal training. Another conversation that comes up is the whole type beats conversation, which is oftentimes a conversation that paints producers as less creative for labeling their beats as type beats, because the perception is that a producer is chasing a style or copying an existing sound. What do you say to that point?
I think there's a difference between copying sounds and labeling your beats as type beats. I think that type beats are totally fine. Like, type beats is just a way to market your beats. So, like, think about this. If you were making beats and you could get any major placement, you would make a pack of beats for Drake and then send them to Drake, right? So that's how I think about it. I'm like, man, who would I send this beat to? I'd send this to Drake. So you just label that as a Drake type beat, and then I don't see any problem in that. It's a great way to market, and it's definitely helped, and it helps feed producers and stuff, and I'm like very in love with it.
You're hosting the second InstaBars. That's a name I actually came up with. Shout out to me for that.
Oh,
with BeatStars, but yours is a bit different than the very first round of the InstaBars. The original was hosted by a producer by the name of Flamey, and he uploaded a free beat, and people would make entire songs to that beat, and that's how they entered the contest. Yours is asking artists to create hooks, and you're going to pick the best hook as the winner of the contest.
I'm definitely going to make the beat a little bit more I'm going to make it soulful for the singers, but I'm also going to make it like a little bit groovy for the rappers too, just so that we can get everybody in there.
How do people sign up for this contest?
Okay, so basically I'm going to post a beat for free download. You're going to be able to download it, make a hook to the beat, and then you're going to post it as I believe a 1 minute Insta clip. Is that, or just however long it's
I think Instagram only allows for a minute, right?
Yeah. So you're just gonna do the Insta video with the contest hashtag. Still not sure what that's gonna be yet. And then basically BeatStars is gonna pick the top 3, and then I'm gonna pick the top 1, and then the winner is gonna get $200, merch, and an interview.
So last question, how do people find your beats? How do they follow you on social media?
Yeah, man. So my website, BeatStars page, is www.jgrooves.com. My Insta is j.grooves, and then my YouTube is just jgrooves. Stuff will come up.
Cool, man. I appreciate you sitting down and sharing your experiences with us. Much continued success to you. We'll check in with you later. Peace.
Thank you, brother.